Welcome back to another episode of Capital Kitchen. We're gonna take some regular old grocery store frozen pierogies and we're gonna transform them with Capital Ukrainian sausage and make a casserole dish that's gonna blow your mind. It's one of the easiest recipes we've ever done on this show, and I'm gonna show you how to make this step by step right now on Capital Kitchen. Okay, so first of all, here are some of the ingredients that we're gonna be using today. And the first thing we want to do is we want to get our Capital Ukrainian sausage out of the package. We're going to slice it up and start searing it in some olive oil. This is the most difficult step of the whole thing. This is like the only thing that we really have to cook. That's one of the beauties of making a casserole. We kind of put everything into one big pot, stick it in the oven, and it comes out ready to go. You can feed the whole family. It doesn't get easier than that. So first off, we're gonna take our Capital Ukrainian sausage. We're just gonna get it out of the pack. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this in half. I think today I'm gonna slice everything on a bit of an angle like this. And we're going for about 1/8 of an inch. I can actually smell this sausage already. I love cooking with Ukrainian sausage. One of my favorite things about smoked sausage is you can actually just eat it right out of the package. So whenever I get a weird looking piece like this wedge here that didn't give me a nice medallion, you can just eat it. It's the best. Okay, in our pan here, which I've already got pretty warm over medium-high heat, I'm gonna go in and add some olive oil. And we're gonna start throwing our sausage in. And you should hear a nice sizzle right away. I'm gonna let that go for a bit. Now, we got a few minutes here while this cooks on one side. I'm gonna go ahead and preheat our oven. It's the perfect time for that. I'm gonna set it to 375. This is a convection oven, so if you're not using a convection oven, you could set this to 400 Fahrenheit. Okay, don't screw that up. Remember the first time I used an oven and I didn't know the difference, and not good. So it's been a couple minutes here. We're gonna go ahead and flip our sausage, okay? Very carefully. We're also gonna go ahead and throw in some chopped onions. They're somewhere between a dice and a fine chop. You can kind of go with your gut on this. You don't have to make them super fine. You don't have to make them, you know, just do however you want. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I leave them stringy. I cut them into almost little onion straws. We're gonna let this go for just a couple minutes and then we're gonna throw in some garlic. Now, I've got a whole head of garlic here, just chopped up, kind of fine. And that's because I love garlic. For some of you, this may even be slightly too much garlic. You can use a half a head of garlic. You could use just a couple cloves, but if you're like me and you love garlic, the whole head of garlic. Okay, now we're gonna turn the heat down. Okay, actually, I'm gonna get this on a fresh burner. Okay, just so it really comes down in temperature. Now that we got this off to the side here on low heat, just so we don't burn anything, we're good to go ahead and move on to our cream sauce. Now this sauce is a cream cheese based sauce today. So we're gonna use a whole, I don't know what you call this, stick, bundle, pack, whatever, a standard rectangle of cream cheese. Okay, I think it's a cup. I don't know why I'm making it weird. Now, ideally your cream cheese is already softened at room temperature. Mine is still a little bit cold. So I'm gonna throw it on this pan over low heat and we're gonna start stirring it in with our other ingredients here, okay? We are also gonna be adding in some milk. I've got 2% milk today. You don't have to use 2% milk. You can use whatever milk you like. I like 2%. You know, in hindsight, after doing this, because normally I've got room temperature cheese here, this probably would have worked if I just stuck it in the microwave for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. So maybe try it that way. Let me know how it goes in the comments or something, because I think that's what I'm gonna do next time if my cheese is too cold. We're also gonna add in some chicken broth for flavor, okay? Now this chicken broth is no salt added chicken broth. I prefer to use no salt added because then I can just taste it and add salt, you know, to my preference. But if you want to go ahead and just use regular chicken broth that you get at the store that comes with salt, no problem there. Now, once the sauce is starting to look like this and the cheese, the biggest chunks anyway, have completely melted, we're gonna add in a couple nice big scoops of sour cream because everyone loves sour cream on pierogies. Actually, I shouldn't say everyone. Nick behind the camera is not a big sour cream fan. So if you don't like sour cream, don't use it. Use a little bit more chicken broth, milk, and cream cheese, and skip the sour cream altogether. Or You can give Greek yogurt a try, which I think would work really nicely also. Now what I have here is a little bit of freeze-dried dill. And we're just gonna sprinkle some of that, just sort of to taste. Maybe a teaspoon or two. Okay, we're gonna sprinkle that into our sauce like that. Oh, you can smell it immediately. Yes. Very good. Very cheesy, very tangy from the sour cream. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to this, and then we're gonna assemble it in our baking dish. We're gonna take our frozen pierogies right out of the bag here. We're gonna get a good layer. We're gonna take our Ukrainian sausage, our sauteed Ukrainian sausage, onions and garlic, and we're just gonna spoon this right over top of our dish here, okay? And now we're gonna go over it with our sauce. So nothing is sticking out all crazy. We don't have any big craters here. We don't have any pieces that are sticking out or anything like that. It's very even. Okay, we got sausage all across. We got sauce all across. This is what you want it to look like. We're just gonna cover this up in some aluminum foil and we're gonna bake it until things are sizzling, until those pierogies are cooked. You should be able to check them with a fork and see that they're done. And then we're gonna put some cheese on top, broil it just until that cheese is golden, and we're good to go. This is done here. Oh, look at the bubbles with the Ukrainian sausage, and you could just see that kind of bechamel sauce, if you will, that we made. This is gonna be so good. The last thing I wanna do before we serve this is I wanna top it with some freshly chopped green onions. And that's that. This is it. Let it cool. Once it stops bubbling, okay, you can get in there with a nice whoa, look at, we don't want none of those in here. Who chopped that? Not me. Another one. Okay, I'm done. Let me put this away. This is finished. You got everything in this, everything you would want to have with pierogies. You got garlic and onions, you got a side Ukrainian sausage all baked in here. You've got the cheese sauce, sour cream's already in there, green onions on top. It's perfect. It's perfect. Look at that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I mean, it's a casserole. It's maybe not gonna be the prettiest thing in the dish, okay? This doesn't win any awards for presentation on the plate, but this is gonna taste incredible, I could already tell. That is so good. That's my new favorite way to have pierogies. I can't believe how easy it is, you know, to just like throw everything together. I mean, we seared the sausage with a little garlic and onion. We made a sauce on the side. We could very easily add vegetables to this, change ingredients around. It's really just 2 steps. You got your meat and vegetables, and you got your sauce. Put it all in a dish, bake it with some frozen pierogies. I mean, inexpensive, tasty. Like, what else do you want to say? Like, it's fantastic. There's not much more to it than that. I want to thank you guys again one more time for watching this episode of Capital Kitchen. We really appreciate all of your ongoing support. We can't express enough how much all the comments mean to us. Every time you share the videos, every time you reach out to us and email us and send us the pictures and everything that you guys do, it means the world to us. But I want to thank you again. I've been your host, Alexander, and we'll see you next time.